Should I sing? Welcome back. Hi,
It's your
Todd.
show.
Welcome back to
Yeah.
Ashkenicity.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a year and a half. How have you been? Oh yeah,
Great.
welcome back. It's a shame because of copyright. Todd will not be allowed to sing the song, play the song. I was going to sing
Right.
it.
You
The
can't do
guitar
that.
is there. I can see the guitar. The guest can see the guitar. So we're just coming out of COVID.
Mhm.
Things are easing up over here. When we last spoke, we were in the thick of it. I think it was a couple of months in from the whole pandemic. Everything was being locked down. I had a bigger beard.
Mhm.
You had smaller hair. And things were good, but they were very different.
Mm-hmm.
So how have things progressed since then? What have you been doing?
Well, I've been busy with some TV projects, public access TV projects in New York.
In New York?
And I was working on a series. Can I talk about the series or?
Sure, yes. That's what we want to hear about.
Okay, so the series that I did was called the Psychedelic Series, and I interviewed doctors and specialists, and also for mental health, and also
just remind the viewers, excuse me,
yeah,
that your main show that you have at the moment and that you've had for a few years is conversations about mental health.
right.
Which
That's
we
the
did
show.
touch on. People haven't seen the original interview.
Yeah, that's the show that I did
just
for
to put it in
Comcast.
context,
Sure, it's on YouTube, so if anybody wants to check that out.
Todd Goldfinger.
Thank you. And
on YouTube, as well as in person. Just Google Todd Goldfinger on YouTube.
Thank you. Also, if you tell your device to play Todd Goldfinger, you're going to hear some really nice music.
Yeah, you're a musician, of course.
Thank you. Yeah.
We're working on an album, which is, kind of a side project at the moment.
Working on the Goldfinger project, which is a musical project, but it's also mental health. I talk about some mental health experiences, maybe some feelings and emotions that go along with the song. So I actually make up songs on the spot.
That's good. It's like freestyle rapping.
Yeah, free metal or free rock. Yeah.
Free metal. Freestyle metal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Sounds very, very interesting.
When people tell their device to play Todd Goldfinger, they're going to be able to hear like an album called Desert Sands and A New Day Has Come. And these songs.
Where was Desert Sands recorded?
So this was
that album.
Yeah, Desert Sands and A New Day Has Come was a part of the Dzierżonów sessions. It was recorded in Dzierżonów, Poland. And
in Poland.
In Poland. And it was when I was living in Germany at the time. And after I had what was a benign tumor in my spine in 2013, it came back in 2014. When I was laying in the bed thinking about what am I going to do and what would make me happiest, I said, well, making music with this Matusz Chmielewski made me very happy. So over the course of 7 days, we recorded what would be the Dzierżonów sessions, and then later A New Day Has Come and Desert Sands and a couple of other albums that I haven't released yet. But this is a part of this improvised composition, bass and acoustic guitar session, and it's very relaxing. It's very, very good for people who have maybe if you're feeling traumatized in some way, or it can be very relaxing. And some people who had
therapeutic
PTSD,
music.
It's a therapeutic kind of music. It can take you away. Yeah, it's to create a picture in your mind, and that you can kind of meditate, and people enjoy driving to it. It's also good for working in the background. There's no lyrics or vocals, so it's very nice to have
mood music.
Yeah, mood music, basically. Yeah. Desert Sands and A New Day Has Come. There you go.
And therapeutic as well.
Yeah, therapeutic. Right. Yeah, it's a big contrast to the heavy metal stuff that I did while living in Germany. In Coronatus, and that was a symphonic Gothic metal band with 2 female vocalists, and that was great too. And then I was in a band called Tervingi, which had members of Coronatus in it, and it was like a pagan death metal band. And actually, I didn't continue making music with them because I noticed that they were having kind of right-wing following, and it was a little scary.
right-wing pagans, yeah.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
kind
I
of
see how it
like
ties in.
the Aryan stuff like that, and
Like they
anyway.
like to think that they're Vikings.
Well,
Stuff like that.
I guess it's fun, but anyway, yeah.
Nonsense, actually. It's like I'm a Jew. It doesn't mean we're all Maccabees.
Mm,
Like you're not a Viking, you're fucking Scandinavian. It's two different things.
I hear you.
Vikings were like they were ancient warriors. Like how could you have Viking blood? No, you're
Hmm.
Scandinavian. As I say, do we have Maccabee blood or something like that? You
Interesting.
know?
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's so it's a good reason to leave the band, obviously, Journey. But I think the lesson is, people are what make places, and if you meet the right people, everywhere can be very nice place, more or less.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I tend to meet, I met you. I didn't meet some asshole, and because I think I have a good attitude.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can all travel soon. You see, got any traveling plans, or are you just focusing on the kind of the network stuff and the kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, focusing on the show and also putting together my own network. Um, and I mean, it would be great to have my own channel, but what I'm really looking to do is
on
to
network? You have your own YouTube channel.
I have my own YouTube channel, but what would really be very good for me, and I think I'd feel very happy about, is that to create a show and to pitch it to a network, a major network, and to have myself out there as a TV host, to have it as like one of the major TV hosts, even whether it's daytime or late night. I don't know what it's going to be,
So you'd
but
like a talk show.
I'd like to have it as a talk show, and whether we're talking about mental health or psychedelics or whatever, things like that, you know, maybe even some Jewish topics too would be open for.
Yeah,
And,
that would be, that'd be nice.
sure.
Like your
So-
trip to Ellis to Europe via Ellis Island, which we'll get to later.
Sure.
That's the next project. That's my project.
We're planning on going back to the White Plains studio to film a new show with yours truly and some very special guests. And this will hopefully be the pilot, or at least something that I can use
The launch.
to help.
Can you tell us who the guests
gain-
are? Or is it a
That's
secret at the moment?
very hush hush right now.
Okay.
It's in we're in cahoots with some different people. We're going to see who's going to be on the show, and when it's out and when it's done, then we'll be able to talk about it more. But before then, we're preparing so that we can get the show ready, so that we can make the leap, because it is a leap, from public access TV to network TV.
Network, yeah.
And how do we do that? Because once I go on a network, I don't know if we're going to be talking that much anymore. This might be the last interview that we do, unless it's like I'm doing like a David Letterman type show, and I have all sorts of wacky guests, or or
That would be
even
fun.
a Howard Stern kind of thing, with the whack pack and everything.
Yeah.
I went to another unnamed station where I started to produce shows, and long story short, the person, I'm not naming names, deleted everything, and all the shows that I had done for them were completely gone. So luckily for me, it's terrible. It's tragedy. So what happened to me is that I said, you know what? Let me take the show, the raw footage I have, and try to find an editor so I can take now my Psychedelic Series and either shop it around or put it on my YouTube. Either which way, people should see this. This is pretty groundbreaking stuff. Pretty groundbreaking stuff, I would say. And they should see it. It's a lot of different stuff. We even have a legend in that bouquet of these 7 episodes. One of them of which is the bass player, Magnus Rosen of Hammerfall, who sold millions of records and is
Magnus
a
Rosen.
lovely human being.
Scandinavian Jew
I didn't ask him, but it's possible.
with a name like Magnus Rosen.
Could be.
He could be a Viking Maccabee.
Could be.
You
He's
should
a
have asked him,
brilliant,
does he
a
have
beautiful,
Viking Maccabee
beautiful human
blood?
being. He is an ambassador of peace from Sweden. It was an honor for me to interview him on my show. And
But this was on the show that got deleted.
Well, this was on the show that
Is
was
he
never
on your
released.
Legend show as well?
It wasn't just deleted, it was never released. So now this is a part of the package, this Psychedelic Series. And I'm just looking for a good home for it.
Well, let's, you know, I won't say keep
They're
your fingers
done.
crossed,
You
because
know,
I think
the shows are finished. They're in the can. You know,
so yeah, you're just waiting for the
they need to be rebranded, repackaged, and put out there for the people to see. Because once they see these shows, they're also going to see that journalistically, I can do quite a lot.
so yeah, you're very versatile. That sounds good.
Thank you.
So you've been very busy, it sounds.
It sounds busy. Sometimes I have a lot of downtime, but it's yeah.
Any traveling in the last year?
In the last year, I went to Mexico and was working on a project with an unnamed ex-legend, I would say. And it was a very difficult thing because, well, we basically
An
paid.
anti-Semitic Viking.
You could say that. He did not add anything to my music that was going to be needed in any way, shape, or form. So
That's a
we
shame.
said, thank you very much. That was that. I didn't need that kind of toxic energy in my life. It's very, very toxic. And
You had a good time. I remember you know, after that you traveled a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah, I just tried to enjoy myself the rest of the time in Guadalajara, Mexico. It was, yeah, really wonderful, but you got to be very careful at night, they say. Even the people that live there say it's a little bit dangerous at night, and just want to watch yourself. So
or something.
all sorts of things. They have all sorts of things going on there.
But yeah, you know, I've been to Mexico. In fact, we had guns pulled on us. We got I don't know what the word is, not kidnapped. We, you know, kind of held up by like highway bandits.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretending to be cops. We were with it was me and my friend, and then two of his idiot friends, typical like idiots. One guy kept pissing everywhere. That was the problem. So in the little town of Ensenada, he got locked up as it was for peeing on a wall. They don't like that, you know. And then ironically, when we're actually leaving to go home, we're on, have you ever been there to like Baja, California?
No, I haven't been.
Just a little, anyway, we're just on this road with no one. And this guy again gets out and pees on the side of the road. And then this car pulls up and grabs him and just says, we're the police, follow us, and drive us into these hills. And then they pulled guns out and started screaming at us in Spanish. I didn't speak Spanish then, you know, now I do. But I think the karma, because me and my friend were good people and these guys were idiots, you know. I grabbed one of them and then the other guy went, hey, let go of my friend, and started running. So they grabbed him too. Like, how stupid are you, you know? And then they threw them in their car and said, follow us again. Luckily they put the gun, you know, we're like, okay, we're not, I thought we were just going to get, we could have been shot there. No one would have found us.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it was horrible. Anyway, they basically just took all their money and let them out on the road and then drove off. But you know what the karma was?
No, what was it?
Because me and my friend were kind of like hippies back then. And we stayed on this beach and it was really nice. It's another weird karma story. Anyway, it's a nice beach, very isolated. It was just us sleeping on the beach. These guys wouldn't even sleep on the beach. They slept in the truck because they didn't, you know, they didn't like nature. But me and my friend cleaned up a bunch of garbage on the beach and they were laughing at us and making fun of us.
Yeah. Did you have anything else you want to ask me?
Oh yeah. When we woke up in the morning and we were just sleeping on the beach, I looked, my hand was completely covered in mosquitoes. It looked like I was wearing a glove, like serious, I'm not exaggerating. So it's like, whoa, fuck, you know, wake up. These guys slept in the truck, the jocks. Me and my friend on the beach covered in mosquitoes. Later that day, me and my friend didn't have a single bite and those guys were covered in mosquito bites. This could be like, you know, Don, what's his name stuff, you know? What's the guy's name? You know, the peyote, Carlos Castaneda and Don Juan and all of that. You know, we were reading those books at the time.
Right.
But, you know, I do think, do you think it's karma, like nature? You know, we cleaned up. the mosquitoes didn't affect us, and the next day these guys get held up at gunpoint and robbed.
I don't know.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, I don't know. Terrible. Just forget all
Anyway,
that.
so that's
Take all
Mexico.
that out.
Well, no, it was subject, wasn't it? So that's why you were a bit worried at night in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, Mexico was pretty great for the most part. Like, I think people should definitely check it out. It's a whole nother world down there, and it's pretty great. You feel a sense of freedom that you don't normally in other places. But I'm happy to be back in the U.S. and it's a better time than it was
upstate
before.
New York.
Yeah. We're in a better time now, I believe, and
You still have to wear masks.
I believe in some places we do still have to wear masks. I know that like in airports and stuff like that, it's probably still required.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm quite happy with that. I'll wear it when no one's wearing a mask because, people sneeze and all sorts. Let's be careful.
Yeah. So what
But
was
yeah,
your other question?
it's calmed down a lot. It's calmed down a lot here too. So, well, the next question is, when are you coming to the UK or
When
Europe
am I
in
coming to
general?
the UK?
Well,
That's a
we're
good
not
question.
Europe anymore. I guess we voted not to be Europe. What a shame. So well, that was my question. So when are you coming over to the UK and to Europe?
I'm not planning on going anywhere for a very long time. I'm tired of traveling. Traveling sucks. I don't like
In
it.
Britain,
Anyway,
though,
what's your next question?
Forget, because
What's your question?
we're not Europe, but
Are we on Ashkenicity? What is this?
this is Ashkenicity. It's the Ashkenicity show with Todd
Okay.
Goldfinger. Well, with me
Oh.
interviewing Todd Goldfinger.
Mhm.
So you mentioned
For a second time.
a comedy project for future for the Ashkenicity show.
I don't really have a comedy project prepared, but I would say that we should go there and you should act like my manager. And then I'll say what a terrible manager you are. And I'll say you're incompetent and all this. I don't know. I guess you want me to come to the UK, but
Glasgow, yeah.
I don't want to
but
travel.
not on a plane.
I'll do it on Zoom. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere.
In several months.
In several months, I want to go someplace warm.
Okay, well, listen, this is perfect. So this is my idea. Bear with it. You remember Jewish Ancestry Journey in reverse. You're going to get a boat from Ellis Island. You're going to arrive in Scotland. You could probably, no, Scotland. It's got to be Scotland because I think that's the legend of I told you the story that a lot of people, when they left Eastern Europe in the 1800s, like my ancestors from Vilnius, they were told they were going to New York on a boat, but they ended up in Glasgow and they were told, here's New York. It's a common story, apparently. This is why there's a big Jewish community in Glasgow. So, of course, a lot of other ancestors did arrive in New York at Ellis Island. So it'd be great for you, because you just said how much you hate flying. Take a boat from Ellis Island to Scotland, and then the show we'll be doing the show from the minute you're at Ellis Island.
I'm going to tell you something.
And then you'll arrive in Glasgow.
Listen, I have a girlfriend. She's my manager.
Oh, is this new news?
I don't want to tell you that now I have a manager. And
let me talk to her. How can I contact her?
She doesn't want any aggravation, so I don't know if you should.
Well, I'll arrange the tickets. Again, let's coincide for about this time next year. It'll probably be, how many days does it take to take a boat from Ellis Island to Glasgow?
Probably a few days.
3 days?
It's pretty rocky in those months. That's like not the time you want to go in the Atlantic. You think about that. It's not the time you want to be, going by sea.
How about?
Why can't they just get me on Zoom?
Fly to Lithuania. Get a boat from Lithuania to Glasgow. It's the Baltic. It's not such a problem that time of year. It was very common for our ancestors. Think about the kind of boats they were on. Nowadays, it's very modern. In fact, I think they have them. What do you call those boats that they're like hover and they're really fast? Don't they have them?
I don't know. I'm happy to do something on Zoom so that I don't have to get on a plane. Keep in mind, I want no Gothic Series. No Series.
No, but by next year,
So for me,
things will have
doing it
changed.
on Zoom is good enough because I don't
Your
want any
girlfriend will
service.
probably
No
enjoy.
service.
Okay, think about it. Let's not rush.
Service
It's
free.
a new relationship, but it would be very romantic. Have
I'm
a
not
fucking
sure about
boat
that.
ride. Think about that, to Europe. She's never been to Europe, and you're taking her on a cruise. It's like the fucking Titanic, like the
I
movie.
mean, just the fact that you're organizing
She would love that.
it would be
Any
a
woman would love that.
disaster.
Come on, how romantic! Like, we're going to Europe, and
I'm
taking a
not
cruise.
sure, Maurice. I really don't know. I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I'll
look
do it
into
on
these.
Zoom. I'm not getting on a boat. Sorry.
Well,
I'm
you
not
just
getting
said
on
you're
a
not going to
boat,
get on a
and
plane.
I'm not getting on a plane.
Then you have to get on a boat.
I'll get on Zoom. Anyway, what's your next question? Because I'm getting tired of this. What were the questions you wrote down?
Sounds like the cat just fell off the.
What were the questions you wrote down? Ask
hang
me
on
the
a minute.
questions.
I just heard like it sounded like she fell off of something very high. Just pause it for a minute.
Oh,
So that's great. So was there anything else that you'd got to tell us about?
well, pitching a show to a major network, working on a TED Talk, making music with the Goldfinger Project.
Something
There's a lot of
different.
stuff going on. Check out toddgoldfinger.com. Tell your device to play Todd Goldfinger. Listen to Desert Sands and A New Day's Come. You're going to love it.
And your YouTube channel.
Go to YouTube. Put in Todd Goldfinger. TODD.
Conversation about mental health.
Conversations about mental health. Interview with the legendary.
Oh yeah, as you mentioned, now you just
and stay tuned for the Psychedelic Series.
Kosha Dillz.
Kosha Dillz is on there. Is one of the legends. Go on my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Like a video. Leave a comment. Say something about the video. I want your interaction. Come on.
How does it work on YouTube? Like, how do people get paid on YouTube?
I think you have to have over 1,000 subscribers, and then you can start
complain
monetizing.
Now. I watched this one show, and all they do is complain. I'm gonna stop watching the show. They're not even Jewish, and it's just them complaining about, YouTube's gonna do this next, and they're serious. It's not comedy.
Anyway,
they're gonna demonet. What does all that mean? They have like 6 fucking sponsors now. Do they have to do that? You don't have that. You just.
So, do you have any other questions for me?
Well, I'm interested in your YouTube show. So
yeah, if you're on YouTube, put in Todd Goldfinger.
But do you have commercials?
Click subscribe.
Do you have sponsors? Do you have to say?
I don't have any sponsors.
Are you looking for sponsors?
I am looking for sponsors.
Okay, this is why I'm asking. I don't know how this stuff works.
I want to have sponsors.
I'm not that old.
I don't like selling stuff, but if I
maybe this is something I can do as your.
Maybe something you can do as my manager, promoter, my UK.
I can't call myself
UK.
Yeah, UK. I was going to say European representative, but I can represent Europe. Well, we're not allowed to say that we're in Europe anymore.
You'll be representing the UK, hopefully.
Yeah, which used to be in Europe, but now we're outside of Europe. In fact, we've always been outside of Europe, technically, geographically. So you're hoping to come over here as well, eventually.
If it was going to be something that was, beneficial, for
like a documentary about.
And the show.
Ich bin du, im Todd Goldfinger, auf New York.
Try again.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Do an ending to your Ashkenicity show. This is your chance.
This is the ending of the Ashkenicity show. I hope you've enjoyed this show. And we'll get you back. Maybe we'll be, hopefully something before the boat trip next year. Hopefully you'll be doing more with Ashkenicity. Maybe some. We'll think of something.
Great.
Have a crossover.
Thank you for inviting me to be on your show.
You should have interviewed me about mental health.
Yeah, I guess we could. This is the show that you want people to see. So edit it, make it look nice, get it out there, put it on YouTube, give it to the people, tell them to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, I have to do that. Do I need a sponsor?
I don't know how far you're gonna get.
I think I'm not looking to make any money.
Don't get too ambitious about it.
I'm not interested in making money for that.
Yeah.
It's fun,
Thank you for having me on the show. It was wonderful to be on the show. I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again, but let me tell you something. It was
It's
great
been
to be
fun.
here. It was a lot of fun, and I wish you much success with Ashkenicity. I hope you get some more people to come on your show, and
Well, yes, let's look forward to that.
I
Maybe
hope
Kosha
that you get
Dillz.
some people. Maybe you can use this interview as an example what to send them and say, oh, look, you
Of
can get
not what
people
to
like
do.
Todd Goldfinger. Take from this one the best parts. Put it out there. Make it a show that people want to
You're
watch.
talking like people are
Don't
going to
make it
watch this.
boring.
Just
What you
talk
think?
normal.
I'm talking like people are going to watch this.
What you lecturing me about editing it
Me
because
taking you how to do a show. It's exactly what you should put on the show. Is because you want to be my manager, but I'm saying I don't think it's such a good idea.
I don't want to be
Maurice.
your manager. You want me to be your manager.
Well, I was
which is
hoping that
fine.
you would be able to be my manager, but I see that it may be
You
out
don't
of
want
the
to get
realm-
on a boat.
the realm of
What am I going to
possibility.
manage?
I
I'm your
mean,
European manager.
well,
I'm the European representative. If you're
you
not going to
could
get
be.
on a
You could
boat,
be. You could be. You
if you're
could
not going to
be.
get on a boat, what can I manage? I can arrange the boat trip. That can be the start of the management. And let's do a pilot that you can do without even stepping on a boat. When's the next time you're going to Ellis Island?
I don't think I'm going to be going down that way
Just for a
anytime
visit.
soon. Here's the thing. I'm not going down anywhere to any place. You can
One.
definitely be happy for this because this is
Yeah.
about all that I'm going to do.
I think the Ellis Island
I'm
thing
probably
could
just
be
going to do this.
just
Anyway,
one episode.
I'm sending it goodbye.
Wait a minute. It's got even better. It's got even better in my mind. So it'll be a series about your Jewish ancestry in reverse trip.
I'm not interested.
we'll
I
just
don't want
do-
to do this, Maurice.
We'll just
I
do a
have other
pilot
stuff to
on
do.
Zoom.
I
You said
have
Zoom.
other
Zoom?
stuff to do.
On Zoom.
On Zoom.
Yeah, listen. This is really easy. We're going to do the first episode on Zoom. Here's the scenario. You're at Ellis Island inquiring about the tickets and telling them why you're going to take this journey. Stuff. That'll be episode 1. That'll get the story going. Lots of stuff can happen before you even get on the boat. But this will be the pilot. So you're just inquiring. I mean, I'll actually do the inquiring on the internet, for the actual details when you do sail. Do they call it sailing if it's
I'm not getting on a boat,
it's
and
not a
I'm not
sailboat?
interested in any of this stuff. But we don't have a show. We don't have an act.
Yeah, next year.
Close the show.
And that's all from the Ashkenicity show. Ask your phone. Play me the music of Todd.
None of this is going to make it into the interview.
Okay.